Here are my thoughts on some games I played recently that's released this year. Triangle Strategy is a strategy JRPG in similar vein of Fire Emblem, in which you have some characters with different abilities, and you have to think carefully of the moves you take with your unit and take out the enemy. So basically, this game is a lot of like chess, but Fire Emblem. The plot is that a war has been going on between the kingdoms of Glenbrook, Aesfroth, and Hyzand, and then peace. Eventually, these countries got to peace. The main character is Sarah Noah from House Wolford, who's about to have a wedding with, who was that again? Sarah Noah and I don't remember. I will give the title of. I will give the name on the screen. You'll now see it, and this is what happens when you don't do your research and look up things, for instance names. But I will get into more about the characters. He and the main characters get to learn more about different places, and then there's a war that's about to start again. You have to think of the choices you make, and they affect the game and the route you take. The game was fine. No saying this game is fine might be controversial, since some might love this game and see this game as a refreshing, or just have a nostalgia for games that are similar to this game, since it reminds them of, for instance, Final Fantasy Tactics. But I haven't really played Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't know, the fights in this game took time, and I understand, since games like this takes time when it comes to the battle system. I mean, for instance, now I thought of Project Cross-On, but we take, for instance, Fire Emblem. Fights in that game can sometimes take time, but the difference is that I think the pacing in the battles of Fire Emblem are better. It's more smooth, and it doesn't take long. But in this game, the fights in this game are slow, and I felt it, at least. I don't know if other feels that way. Also, did not really care about the characters. They were kind of one-dimensional, and you see these types of characters in a lot of different stories. Also, the villains were also that one-dimensional, and I did not really care about neither the main characters nor the villain. The thing that bothers me the most is that to get the true ending, if you want to call it that, you really need to make the right choices. I don't know of this, and it's hard to know what choices you to make, since most of them feel familiar. Why this bothers me is that the other choices do not really give a good ending. It's only the true ending that is the good and the shortest one that's fine when it comes to ending. But I mean, couldn't you at least make it that some, not just one choice, but some other choices could also give the true ending, not just one? I don't know. I don't know what's the one right choice, but maybe others figured it out, or maybe there are some other choices that leads to a multiple to the true ending. Now I'm just rambling. Overall, this game is fine. Sure, it takes long when it comes to battle, but like I said, it's a fine game. Splatoon 3 is a sequel to Splatoon 2, which I haven't played. Only played the first game before this. Only played so far the story mode and one match, which did not go well. You do some missions and stages and then fight some bosses, similar to the first Splatoon game. I think this game has better stages than the first game, since there's more variety when it comes to weapons and what to do in the missions. Sure, some stages can be annoying, but there are some stages that are really fun. I love the jetpack stage, and that has to be my favorite level. Sometimes it can be really frustrating, since some missions require precision or just have some BS mechanics, and you will be stuck on these missions for many minutes. Overall, this was a really fun game, and it's a better game than the first game. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the new Xenoblade Chronicles game. It's about the war between Agus and Keves, and some characters from these sides encountering a Mobius and Bocomb's Orbius. This means that they have Agus and Kevs against them, and they try to figure out the truth about the war and the size and many other things. The gameplay is great. It's Final Fantasy class system meeting Xenoblade gameplay. Also liked that you have 7 characters in battles and you have to think of what class you want against different enemies. But when it comes to the classes, the most important thing is to know that there are some classes that are attackers, defenders, and healers. The classes are basically these, and for instance, the attackers classes does not differentiate themselves not that much from each other. Some healer classes are better than others, but I would say it's 3 classes. The battles are mostly great. Sure, there can be some annoying enemies at times, but it doesn't have the stages like the second Xenoblade game had, in which if you got hit, you could accidentally fall off from a stage. I like the obvious element of the battles and how they can help someone, but also the link chain attacks were great. The characters were fine. My favorite are Toan and Uni. I like Toan being the strategist that wants to think careful of groups move and being the character that acts on logic if you compare to the other characters. But also like Yuna and her outgoing personality. She's a character that has many similarities to me. This might be my favorite story when it comes to message, since I really love the message this game has. The environment is kind of empty. This game does not really have big cities like the earlier games. It mostly consists of war camps. Also, most of the side quests were not really engaging. They were fine, but I prefer the second game's side quest. The score though is great, which is not a surprise since Xenoblade in general had great music. I love the concept behind the villain of this game. Not to spoil some villain and themes, and the villain is basically us. Our desires on being stuck on endless now and neglecting the future. Our want for entertainment being young and the fear of growing old or die, and the youthful and our desire for having the youthful love. When it comes to this aspect, for instance, the desires from entertainment, it's not something that will last for a long time. Sure, there might be big responsibilities on being an adult, but it's not something to run from. We will get older and probably eventually become a parent, and relationship is not something that will end forever, since we will all sooner or later face death. Neglecting the future is not something sustainable, and that will only make us live on a lie. Like I said, this game had some themes I really appreciated. Overall, this is another great JRPG, and Xenoblade Chronicles is now a JRPG which I really admire. And that was the games I played recently released this year. Thanks for watching, and remember to be grateful for the things you have.